What's up? Let me... Wait, Hi folks, I'm Maxi, this is If Game Chiller, and today is January sometime, which means we're gonna take a, whatever you wanna call it, at what February is bringing us to Nintendo Switch. And we got 12 of them selected by myself, so get ready. Genesis, of course, is the next chapter in the popular action series and is due to hit Switch pretty soon. Now, Airship Syndicate, the developer's CEO and president, have been speaking to Nintendo about the title and have confirmed that it will be 100% the same as other versions in terms of content. Only some sacrifices will have to be made to make it run as well as possible. He also replied that the team is aiming for the highest possible frame rate and resolution on Nintendo's console. He then said, "Certainly, it's a different platform technically to work on than some of the others, so we will up making some concessions, but the team is working really hard right now, just to make sure that things go as good as it can be." Anyway, that's what he said, and well, sounds good enough to me. Darksiders Genesis launches on Switch on February 14th, 2020, so keep it in mind. Nintendo and SNK just announced that the revival of the Samurai Showdown in, well, Samurai Showdown will arrive on February 25th for Western users. On top of that, pre-orders for the Switch version also includes a Switch port of the Neo Geo Pocket game Samurai Showdown 2, the 1999 game, and it features two distinct versions of each character for a total of 32 unique playstyles. In case you're going for it, the Switch edition will retail for around $50 and will take up almost 10 GB of space. Like I mentioned, the game launches on February 25th and is available now on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. A PC release is though apparently still in the works. Here's the thing, you go for that pre-order, you get a 10% discount now, physical copy, and it will also include a controller skin featuring a couple of characters I failed to pronounce, and a new trailer is coming up.
Nintendo 3DS で好評発売中のスナックワールドトレジャラーズがスナックワールドトレジャラーズゴールドになったぞ。
I'd assume it's a good time to be a fan of Japanese video games right now, with plenty of high-profile ones getting Western releases in recent years. Japanese games, JRPGs in particular, have never been accessible to the Western gamer as they are now. So in the meantime, amidst this wave of all the classics making their way to our shores comes Snack World The Dungeon Crawl Gold. I mean, Creators Level 5 has always intended the Snack World to be a sprawling multimedia franchise, spanning video games, manga, anime, and more. So this time around, the game is set in a hyper-casual fantasy world that combines traditional fantasy elements with mundane elements from the real world, such as smartphones and convenience stores and whatever shit's left, in which you play as a Chop, a hero with a love for justice and a desire for revenge against the evil that destroyed this village. Apparently, he's a Libra. Anyway, this one's set to release on February 14th, 2020. The game will be available to play exclusively on the Nintendo Switch and will be priced at $49.99 during the launch window. Nintendo also confirmed that the game will feature support for the Switch's TV mode, tabletop mode, as well as handheld. Earlier in December 2019, Access Games announced a North American release date for its upcoming anime fighter on the night in birth, X-Late whatever, and this newest revision of the cult fighting game series will arrive stateside on PlayStation 4 Nintendo Switch February 20th, 2020. It brings with it an overhauled UI, tweaked mechanics, and a mammoth list of over 1,000 individual balance changes. The title will be released in standard formats, while a special collector's edition is also available to pre-order. It launches in North America on February 20th, and an European release is also on the cards, but has not been confirmed for the same day as of yet.
Well, Cooper, any prediction for this year?
I'm very optimistic about our team and really excited for my new teammate Brian.
February 2018 was the first release in the Monster Energy Supercross series. As it appears, it continues its thing as official video game 3 releases on February 4th, 2020. It'll make it the 5th dirt bike racing games in 2 years, which we're not gonna get into, So 2020 will doubtless see a new track racing MotoGP game, a fresh MXGP motocross racer, and a fourth game in their homegrown ride series. There, I just said all 5 of them. Or did I? I don't know. In case you confuse motocross and supercross, where the former takes you to outdoor courses, supercross is all about the US of A, drawing crowds to pack modded up sports stadiums across America, and B, we're gonna skip. And this time around, the 2 biggest changes to the overreaching game come from the ability to race as a woman, creating its custom avatar and all to show you guys how it's done, I guess.
Cooper, who has 2 thumbs and will be the champion. Brian.
Yeah, right, Ryan. Several months ago, Devil May Cry made its way to Nintendo eShop for Nintendo Switch, and since then, the second game in the series has come out as well. Now, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition is making its way to Nintendo Switch in the same fashion, as Capcom revealed that the third title will be available starting February 20th, 2020, with a price of $19.99 US. In case you didn't know, Devil May Cry 3 serves as a prequel to the iconic action series, unfolding years before the original Devil May Cry with a younger version of Dante, where you will gain insight into many aspects of the series, from the first encounter with fan-favorite Lady as well as the beginnings of Dante's shop and origins of the series name.
Do you know what it takes to create perfection? To look past the pain and suffering into one's true self, into the soul.
Veiled Interactive, a developer company you didn't need to know until now, has revealed that Soul Axiom Rebooted will release on Nintendo Switch as well. It's a, afterlife kind of thing game. It is set in this beautiful but haunting cyber world that goes by Alicia, and the first-person story-driven adventure puzzle will challenge you to choose your own destiny as you unravel the mystery of your digital afterlife. Kind of like that Netflix show episode, what was it? I don't care. This adventure then will lead you to multiple endings based on your choices, using unique powers to overcome whatever challenges that you are confronted with. Soul Axiom Rebooted will release on the Nintendo eShop for Nintendo Switch worldwide on February 27th, priced at $12.99. Check it out.
Sacrifices must be made to become more than human, to become something else.
Now, coming up, we got the one and only that passed the Kickstarter goal on fire about 10 times bigger than it was supposed to, Submarine Mara, the first-person adventure. Now, first and foremost, the game is about farming, but you can also craft, of course, explore the ocean, and meet about 20 characters with their own unique stories in it. In case you should know, the game tells the story of a little girl who lives in a small island with her grandmother peacefully until this evil corporation shows up to the island to try and exploit its resources. And this is where you come in, and you will have to help Koa, the protagonist, stand up this corporation and bring peace back to their home. Anyway, Submarine Mara is set to arrive on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam, as was mentioned before, sometime in February 2020. And yep, so keep it in mind.
The graffiti reads, "Who put her in the witch elm?" Being a small town, we don't usually have to deal with vandalism, but this message is very specific.
I think I've kind of mentioned this one before, but Bluffy Studios and Caustic Reality just confirmed a release date for Inflication, extended cut on Nintendo Switch after all. But you wanna know, the extended cut adds additional endings and a new Game Plus mode that has bonus story content like increased difficulty, new puzzles, stuff like that. But in it, the psychological horror, you're gonna walk through an interactive nightmare that is set in this once happy house. And as it turns out, it's up to you to piece together what's behind some stories of horrifying events while struggling to survive against its encounters. It leaves you then to uncover some messed up secrets hidden in all sorts of messages, artworks, basically house objects if you looked, which then will unlock new paths that will lead you to make new discoveries. We look forward to scaring everyone and sharing all new content very soon, when the extended cut releases on Nintendo Switch and other platforms as well, says the game's designer. Infliction Extended Cut will release on Nintendo eShop for Nintendo Switch worldwide on February 25th, priced at $19.99. If you've been craving another Netflix-linked video game, you will have to wait a little bit longer. Bonus XP and Enmase reveal that the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics will debut on February 4th, 2020. So much for that 2019 target. It might be worth the extra wait if you felt like the Netflix series wasn't enough, though. One more thing, it has you playing both through and beyond the story from the show. Developers are also aiming to serve both veterans and newcomers of turn-based tactics to the concept. There is also a fair amount of depth to it. That said, the finished title will include over 50 campaign battles, and you can both recruit new fighters as well as customize them with jobs, abilities, gears, and a bunch of other shit.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. For years at 2 Point Hospital, it's been our mission to help and to heal.
Now, for those of you who've been following this one, 2 Point Hospital was originally slated to launch in 2019, but, well, Sega ended up pushing the game back to 2020 just a little while ago. And a couple of days back, Sega stated, by Sega themselves, it's gonna hit it on February 25th. But even though a listing on the Microsoft Store kinda gave it away earlier in December, which according to the game was due in February, with the Xbox One version roughly 100 megabytes, that also includes 4K support, and the Switch version too, which will probably come in a smaller size. For those of you unfamiliar, 2 Point Hospital, as it sounds, is a hospital management simulator that allows you to build a hospital and do stuff like managing the funds and treat patients with all sorts of diseases. And one more thing, the game is currently only available on PC. Check it out.
Never stop caring. Isn't that right, Trevor? Call 4417-529-USICK today to book your free consultation.
Calypso Media and Arts Software earlier revealed that the railroad simulator Railway Empire is setting course for Nintendo Switch on 14th February 2020. Not to mention, this Switch edition of the game will be arriving both physically and digitally and includes the full main game as well as a number of DLC packs, such as the Mexico DLC and such, while the Germany, France, Great Britain and Ireland DLC will also be available to buy separately from Nintendo eShop. Before you go for it, you might want to know the game has you creating your own very rail network by purchasing more than 40 different trains, factories and tourist attractions, while also managing the whole thing by yourself. So come prepared. Hey, if you like what you see here, please give us a thumbs up, go ahead and share this stuff with whom you think is interested in, and if you'd like to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That will be the best way to see them. See you next time.